Hello, how are you all doing? This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru. I want to talk to you today about this full moon in Aquarius because y'all know I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. It's time for us to start walking in our power, living according to our cycles. Yeah, just maximizing this feminine energy that we have. Much honor and respect to any brothers that are out there also. So yeah, how are you all doing? I'm glad to be here. I have not shown up live for a while. Hey, boo. Hey, Eileen. Hi, Queen. Good to see you. But yeah, I went out of town to check on my dad. And so, yeah, I am a homebody. And when I leave and go somewhere, I feel like I'm off center when I come back. So I'm happy to be here. Hi, Tasha Lynn. How are you, Queen? Good to see you. Um, I'm real excited about this full moon as Scorpio rising. I know this full moon has a potential to really make me feel emotional, but I'm here for it because I love, love, love Aquarius. Hello, Adriel. I hope that I said that correct. Yeah, the lives are back. The lives are back. There'll be one on Monday also. Yeah, I think you said you can make the Monday ones. Inner Circles lives will be back on Monday. By the way, now that I'm mentioning the Inner Circle, just want y'all to know the Inner Circle is becoming a closed door membership. And so doors close. Well, the last day that you can get in before I close the doors, and I'll open it again in a few months with a higher price. So get in at this lower price, July 31st. If you love what I do here on the lives, if you love working with me, trust me, I'm active in that membership. It will not be a waste of your time. All right. Oh, good. Okay. Cool. Adrielle. Nice. That's beautiful. That's a French name, it looks like, with that last name. So let's talk about this this full moon in Aquarius. One of the first things that comes to my mind about this full moon is oftentimes, well, here lately, I think since around this time, July, August, we had two new moons in Cancer. And ever since then, the full moon that matches the new moon comes before the new moon. So just think about it. It's like, um, yeah, you get to the middle point of that phase, but the beginning point comes after the middle point of the phase. Isn't that interesting? Yes, come on in, Tasha Lynn. Come on in, sister. We will have a good time. Trust me. I welcome you. Wonderful. But yeah, oh, by the way, if somebody is on Facebook, you'll hear me talking to everybody because they're on YouTube, but stay on Facebook. It's okay. I can just tell that somebody's on Facebook. Um, so yeah, the full moon that matches this upcoming new moon is happening today. And it'll be for those who are in England and the Netherlands, over in Europe, because I do have some viewers over there. It'll be early in the morning for you. Tomorrow is the full moon. I think that's so interesting. I think that's very interesting, and I am going to tell you why. It's interesting because the full moon is about releasing and letting go. It's also about culminations. It's actually about culminations and endings. That's probably really what I meant, not releasing and letting go, because that's the phase that happens after the full moon. So think about it. We can be giving ourselves a heads up by working with this full moon. It's like, okay, what is this full moon bringing up for me? And what is it showing me? That either am I making some progress? Am I, getting down this path towards whatever it is that I'm working on right now? Am I making progress in this? Where am I? And where do I need to go? Like, how do I need to recommit? How do I need to renew myself? That's what's been happening with every new moon, the full moon that matches it comes before it. So I just really encourage you to take this full moon time to look to see, where am I? Literally stop, pick up a pen, write down maybe 3, 5 sentences about where are you right now. I would love to hear from you. Think about what has been the primary thing that you're working on this year, and where are you in that? I'll give y'all this. I started out the year with COVID, rung in the new year sick with COVID, felt like I had lost my mojo. And one of the things I'm working on is showing up in a bigger way for you all, making sure I have offerings and turning this into a legit business that truly delivers some results, content, whatever it is that you all want. This has been like my main focus this year, outside of helping my son graduate from high school. But yeah, I've been working on that as well as my health. So that's why I brought up the COVID. And so I honestly have begun to wonder, like, when am I going to get back to working out? Well, this full moon, I can honestly say I have made progress in terms of working out again. Like, I'm working out every day, which is like unheard of for me. I did skip one day after coming back from visiting my dad, but like, I'm like, okay, I'm making progress. Have I lost weight yet? I haven't lost weight yet. Which is something that I want. So it's like, I'm going to take this moon and I'm going to look at the progress that I've made, which is now I'm back to working out. And now I need to begin to see, when I get to this new moon, what is it that I need to write down so that I can continue to make progress. This is how we work with the moon. You constantly want to use the moon to help you assess, where am I? Where do I need to go? And you put yourself on that cycle. Hi, Karen. Thank you, Eileen, for welcoming the sister. Yes, yes, yes. Working out, posting it regularly because I want to be held accountable. Okay, so that's number one. I would also be looking at, what are you manifesting? What are you seeing manifest in your life with regard to your sign? So, for instance, Aries might be feeling like they're making progress. They're having some gains. They are maybe Aries feels more connected to their social networks, their groups, and some Aries may be investing in some kind of way, maybe in the stock market. And so maybe you're noticing you're having gains in that way. For Taurus, it would be maybe you're making some gains regarding your career, or what is manifesting for you regarding your career, your status in life, what you want to be known for, your success. I would love to hear from the Aries and the Tauruses. What have you seen popping off thus far? Now, I'm a Taurus moon, so for me, I can honestly say I'm starting to feel more confident and taking what I'm doing more seriously, and just saying, this is the work that I do. This is how I make my money. I don't care if it's not like what I was used to seeing when I was a kid. This is what I'm going to be known for, having an online business, which hopefully one day we'll meet in person. Right now, I meet people on Zoom in person. Okay, for Geminis, this would be in your house that has to do with your belief system, expansion, goals. Maybe Geminis are traveling. Are the Geminis traveling yet? I'm so curious to know. Are you traveling abroad yet? Because this house for Geminis has to do with traveling. Are you making progress in your spiritual growth, your spiritual development, having inroads, insights in that? This ninth house also has to do with education, Are you finishing something? Maybe you've been working on a certification of some sort, and now you're like, oh, I'm making progress on that. I'm moving further down the path. I've actually finished the certification, or I finished the graduate program. For cancers, now this, all of the water signs may be feeling some kind of way. For cancers, this is in your eighth house, which has to do with change, transformation. So this might be a pretty emotional moon for you all, cancers. You may feel like your wounding is coming up, and you may feel like you need some deep intimacy and self-care. You may just really feel like, I just really want to be with, someone who I feel deeply for. And it also could be that you start talking to people who you share resources with. Let's say your spouse, a business partner, roommates, co-parents. It might be some money coming up, something regarding money. You're making progress in that, or you are going to get the money. You now are like, okay, I'm going to get this money. Or you might feel like you might learn something. You may learn something about a little bit of change that you didn't know was going on with somebody. It had something to do with someone else's money. For Leos, this is going to really highlight relationships for you all. So, are any Leos getting married out there? Okay, I hope that this is not an indication that some Leos are like, that's it, I'm done, I'm getting out, I'm over this marriage, I'm done with this marriage. It might be that way for some Leos. Some Leos might be like, no, I'm getting hitched, girl, I'm married. I actually know a Leo rising. My niece just married a Leo rising, and he just got married like a week ago. This full moon for Leos could also be about coaching. But the other part of this for Leos is it may make you see like, man, I'm really out of balance in this way. I might need to get a little bit of more balance in my life. Maybe the Leos are feeling like, I really want to go do something a little cultural, artsy, something like that also. For Virgos, this is your sixth house. So for you, Virgo, you may feel like, okay, I'm making progress in my health and my wellness, the way I live my life. You might be feeling like you're getting a revelation regarding something in your health. Maybe there's been something you couldn't figure out, and now you're like, oh, I see it clear as day, because this moon is illuminating things, okay? The other thing about this is it might have something to do with the workplace. So maybe there's a project you've been working on and it's finally done, or you're going to finally figure out, oh, I've been trying to figure out how to get this done, or I knew there was something missing. Now I can see what it is. That's what this might look like for Virgos. Virgos, y'all take some breaths, Virgo. Y'all be working too much, okay? Libras, this is happening in your fifth house. Now, Libras might actually be a little bit happy with this one, okay? Libras might be like, y'all, let's go have some fun. Let's go play. Let's be light. And I don't think people all the time understand how hardcore Libras are. Libras work hard, okay? Libras, and the other thing about Libras is they spend so much time up here, they exhaust themselves. So I encourage all the Libras to use this full moon as an opportunity to go finally have some fun. What is your hobby, Libra? Go do something for your hobby. Be careful if you got a little bit of a spending thing going on with spending too much money, taking risks. Be careful, but you probably want to go out and spend some money, do something, go on a date. Come on, Libra, go on a date. But yeah, have some fun. Focus on your children. If you have children in your life, you might want to go just feel like you're going to go play with some children that you know and love. And the other thing about Libra, y'all, Libras aren't really showy and flashy. They're very appropriate. They're proper, they're proper. And they're like, y'all, I need everybody to level out and let's just chill out. And, It's not keeping up appearances, but they're classy and they're elegant. Okay. So with this, I just say, Libra, it's time for you to maybe be a little bit flashy, stand out in the crowd a little bit, Libra, flaunt your stuff, do what you do, have a good time. All right. So yeah. And then Scorpios, you're like Cancer. Scorpios, you may not be super like happy. You might be a little bit emotional. Let's just put it that way, Scorpios. Feeling deep. I will say something that's culminating for me with this full moon, now that I think about it as a Scorpio rising, is my older son is coming home today. He's in the Coast Guard. And so he's coming home and I'm so excited. So that's a culmination for me because I kept thinking, what is this for me? Yes, Cafani's coming home. So, Eileen, I'm feeling very introspective, hermit mode, focus on fixing as usual. Yeah, Eileen, the Virgos, y'all are gonna be. I think the Virgos need to make sure that they find that balance and force themselves, like really force themselves. This year is a year for self-care and well-being and just really loving on yourself a lot. And that's something I'm going to talk about with the Leo Masterclass. I have a Leo Masterclass that I'm putting in the inner circle this week. This focus on the self during Leo season is very important for us. So Virgos and Capricorn, sometimes I get a little bit worried about y'all because y'all work hard, very hard. Maybe even Tauruses. I'm a Taurus moon, and man, it's hard to turn it off some days. Okay, so Scorpios, you may also notice something about your home. Like some of us Scorpios might be buying a new place to live in, looking for a place to live in, and you finally find that place. A focus on family. I will also say this is a very ancestral moon for the Scorpios. Okay, so good job, Eileen. Period with the T. Yes. Sagittariuses. This full moon may bring a lot of mental activity and chatter. You may find yourself just out talking to people. You may find yourself, your mind is just go, 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 go. I actually think that for you, Sagittarius, this could be a wonderful moon to come up with a lot of new ideas, but you need to write them down, okay? Because Sagittarius can get a lot of everything. And who's going to remember all of that, okay? Because Sag, y'all like go big or go home, all right? So Sag, write down all these ideas that come to you. I do think that this is a moon that could bring some healing regarding family, like your siblings, your cousins, maybe even some friends if you've had issues with friendships, or just to focus on these topics. Maybe, something's going on in their lives and they're calling you in to help. It's a great moon for business. So I would open myself up if I were you, Sagittarius, to just receiving this influx of energy for you regarding your business. If you are writing something, this is a great moon for you to perhaps finish it, get some insights on like what's the next stage you need to go into with your writing. This is a moon that can bring quite a lot of topics for Sagittarius. I just encourage you to take some deep breaths, Sagittarius, and just really have yourself focus on one thing at a time, because a lot is going to be coming towards you. This will be a very mentally busy moon for you. For all the gorgeous Capricorns out there, this is your second house. So I hope that the Capricorns say, girl, I got me some more cha-ching. There's quite a bit going on in that second house anyway for you. Just this whole Leo season, Capricorn, is going to be very money focused for you. And part of what it's asking is for you to look at your relationship with money. If you have debts, I would think this is a good time for you to be looking at paying off debts, even though Capricorn don't like that too much. Capricorn doesn't like debt. It doesn't like owing stuff. The other thing about Capricorn, though, is your self worth, your self value. Capricorns really struggle with believing, I did a good enough job. Capricorns are like, no, it wasn't good enough. So I really think that this is a full moon that can help you to just, bring some energy to you feeling okay, like I'm enough, that I'm enough. So I think that's good for you, Capricorn. Oh, also, another thing for you, Capricorn, is looking at your stuff. So this is a moon where maybe you want to see, do you have the stuff you need? Do you need to get rid of some stuff? It's also an ancestral moon for you all too. So I think that this is a great moon for you to connect with the ancestors. For Aquarius, this is your moon. Oh my gosh. You may find, Aquarius, that you are culminating something big, something new, something grand in your life overall at this time. Maybe there's something you've been working on and you're like, oh, okay, finally it's manifesting. So you might be good in that regard, as well as with your health, your wealth, well-being. So I encourage you to look at that. But this is I'll tell you what, if you go back to your birthday or your season, if you're Aquarius rising and moon, and look in February, what were you focused on? You may find that you have made some progress. You're seeing it manifest right now. Actually, that's all of us. If you go back and look at what were you focused on in February, which February was a mug. Whoa, February was rough, especially with all that ice and snow that we got closer to the end. Woo, that was rough. Hi, Kiana. How are you? Woohoo! Kiana quit smoking cigarettes. So, which sign are you? Are you Aquarius? Wow. I am so happy for you. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. I don't think people understand what it takes. So, you are now a non-smoker. I'm going to share that with you in one of my NLP trainings. We talked about how do you move to having different habits, and it's you take on a whole new identity. Actually, with hypnotherapy too. And what my teacher says is he was a chronic smoker, a chain smoker, and he took on the identity of a non-smoker. He didn't just quit; he became a non-smoker, and he gave up chain smoking. So, okay, Team Aquarius. Yes, congratulations, Kiana. It is not easy. I watched both my parents quit smoking. It's not easy. So I am so proud of you, happy for you, and welcome to Team Non-Smoking. Okay, that's progress, and that's big. It is so. Ashe, ashe. This is it. You're done. Closed, moving on, non-smoking lifestyle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so for the glorious Pisces, last but certainly not least, this is your 12th house. So you're going to be like your sisters, the Cancerians and the Scorpios. This is going to be internal. It's going to be deep in your psyche. You may find that stuff comes up for you and you're like, where the heck did that come from? I don't remember what it was this morning, but I did have a thought like that. I'm like, why did I remember this? Where did that come from? So you can have these kinds of experiences. Now, the moon is not in Aquarius yet. It's getting close. It's getting close. When we started the day out today, the moon was conjunct Pluto. So that could bring up stuff in our subconscious and our emotions for everybody. The moon will be in Capricorn until 6:30ish Eastern time. Okay, 6:30 is Eastern time. And so we're not quite there yet, Pisces, but it's going to be something in that vein. It'll be a spiritual moon, one where I think the veils will be very thin. I think the veils are going to be thin for everybody. Pisces, you live within veils. So I think that the veil will be very thin for Pisces, and spiritual insights can come to you. Maybe you'll feel like you finally have made a shift in your subconscious that will keep you from sabotaging. Pisces is known for self-sabotage. And so, I remember years ago, a friend said this to me and I was so irritated. He said, Pisces takes 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. And as I watched myself over the years, I'm like, that is so true. So we can use this moon in Aquarius. I'm a Pisces sun, to look at the progress that we've made. Like all of us, doesn't matter what your sign is, we need to be giving ourselves some atta girls. Okay. Look at the progress that you've made since the top of 2020. All of us deserve atta girls, atta boys. We have done that. Okay. We have done that. So, but Pisces, you really do need to be looking at that. And, I also say, look at the progress that you're making and actually shifting that subconscious. Look at your progress regarding your art, your spirituality, and how giving are you being here lately, Pisces? Okay, so I want to also bring up, I just went straight into those, but I do want to just bring up this moon and talk a little bit about hold on, y'all. I gotta answer Eileen. Pisces moon, self-saboteur, baby. Baby. Yeah, she says she's growing out of it. Healing, loving yourself better. That's important. Sis, I am telling you, to be a Pisces, whoa. It takes a lot to contain us. And yeah, I'm proud of you because I know I know the struggle. I know the struggle so much. But this full moon, some things that I noticed about it. First and foremost, of course, the full moon is the sun is in Leo and the moon is in Aquarius. That's what makes it a full moon. It's in two signs that oppose each other. And so there is this energy of, it's called opposition, which is asking us to look at what needs balanced. And I would say it's important for us to balance the collective versus the individual self, because Leo is me and Aquarius is they. Aquarius is the collective that the me is a part of. And so we do want to have that balance between the two. With actually, I just sort of feel like it's important for the emphasis to be on you, the individual, because the sun is in Leo. And we'll focus on Aquarius when we get back there. When the sun is in Aquarius, we'll focus on the collective. My position just is, we have the collective. There is the place where we meet, and we're all united together, for a cause, because Aquarius is a sign that has to do with rebellion and having a society where everybody is thriving because we have access to equal resources and equal opportunities to, self-actualize as much or as little as we want. But it cannot, I was about to say, I don't think, but I'm telling you, it cannot happen if we're all exactly the same. And so we have to take this time with the sun in Leo to hone what makes us special. What are our gifts and our talents, and to do that dang thing. Okay. So I do think we need to use this moon to really see, how much am I conforming and being a part of the group, and how much am I standing out? The other thing that I would encourage you to ask is, how much is this group supporting me in being my best self? How much is this group helping me or supporting me in moving in the direction that I want to move in? So one of the ways this has happened for me is I've had to join groups where there's people who are working on having a business, especially an online business. And it's being an entrepreneur actually is a different mindset, and it's like I've had to hang out with other people doing this so that I can support myself. I can be supported in doing my unique thing. Because half the time when I show up, it's not a lot of spiritual guides on there, people teaching spirituality and all that. But that is a way that I have found a group that supports me in shining in my own way. Does that make sense? Let me come back over because I can't see the comments. Team Pisces. Oh, Adrielle, you're Pisces too. No, Pisces is not for the weak at all. And what's up to the gorgeous Aquarian T? How are you? Good to see you, sister. Here's your full moon, baby. It's your full moon, Aquarian T. Okay, so let's just make sure we do that. Okay, let's make sure that we take that time to focus on making sure we choose groups that are supporting us in progressing. Okay, we want groups that are going to help us to make progress in our lives. We don't want to be a part of groups that keep us stuck in our stumble. I would highly recommend that you make some different choices if that's what you find your group is doing for you. Okay. The other thing that I noticed about this moon is, okay, we have the sun and Mars in Leo. I'm ready for some hot weather down here in Tennessee. It's not hot enough for me. So maybe now that the sun is in Leo, we'll get some heat down in this piece with Mars being there. But it's having those two hot planets in Leo, which is a fire sign. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is bringing a lot of energy. Now, Mars is not going to be there much longer, but while Mars is in Leo, this is beautiful. I am loving having those planets there, because the other thing we can do with this moon is really imbue ourselves with the drive to make progress on what it is that we want to manifest in our lives. Okay, so this is how we use the energy of the universe. This is how we use the cycles to get what we want in life. It's supposed to be this way. You're supposed to be getting what you want. You're supposed to be manifesting what you want. Another thing that I want to really emphasize with Aquarius, and I need all team Aquariuses to chime in right now. Aquarius is like, I don't care what you think about me, baby. I'm going to do what I want to do. And Aquarius is the thing about Aquarius that I love. Aquarius so cold. It's like, I don't even feel anything. It's like, because Aquarius is about detachment. That's something I would encourage you to think about. What do you need to detach from? Drop it in the comments. Name one thing you are just way too attached to, and you need to let it go. And what ends up happening is when we're attached, our hands are like this because you're gripping. Okay. So when you go into detach mode, it allows you to let something else come into you, which is what we want to happen with this new moon when we get there in Leo. Okay. So Aquarius is like, be detached. Be detached. Let's use some science. If I were to give y'all any Orisha to work with Aquarius, I would give you Obatala. Obatala, or the Orisha, they're out of Nigeria. These are deities. These are energies in nature. Aquarius is, in my mind, Obatala. It's level energy. You're not going to be seeing Aquariuses get all hype. They're going to be like, y'all chill out. Let's think about this. Let's look at the science at it. Like, why y'all tripping, right? Like, Batala has this cool head, cool energy, chill, real smart, wise. This is Aquarius, right? So that's another reason why it's like, hey, we don't need to be attached to this. Let's detach and let's just look at what is this really about. Let's figure out the science. Maybe we don't even need to be worried about it. We just need to let it go, right? You need to detach from something. This full moon is a good one to detach from. But yeah, this energy in Leo, it's very strong. So we can use this energy to really strengthen ourselves to move in the direction of whatever it is you're wanting to achieve. Fried chicken. You want me to tell you something, Eileen? I was so weirded out after I got my COVID vaccination because I never got my sense of taste back. Within an hour of me getting that shot, I was craving fried chicken. Well, it was like within minutes, actually. So I went to the store, got some fried chicken. That was the best fried chicken of my life. And it was just so weird to me because I don't crave chicken. So to see you saying that, I'm like, girl, I understand that from that one time because I don't typically crave fried chicken. That was crazy. Aquarian tea. I need to detach from the need to explaining myself so others get what I'm saying or thinking. I love that. I agree, Aquarian tea. The thing that I would offer to you, I'll offer this to you, is you planted the seed, you said what you said, and it's left up to them. They might have a filter that doesn't allow them to fully hear you and just accept it, whether they agree with you or not. So, you might have to just tell yourself, I said what I said. And just like I talked about earlier, this identity, you can say, I am the type of person that says it one time. That's it. If folks don't get it, um, that's their problem and not mine. And that's it, period. Lock it in, move it on, right? Lanika, shopping detachment. She's on Facebook, y'all. Shopping detachment. Yes. So the other thing that you can begin to do, I would say, Lanika, is to begin to take shopping and move it to a different category with inside of you. Like literally see where is shopping in you. It's someplace that has some energy to it. So you want to take it. You can even like feel how intense shopping feels for you. It's like, oh, I love it. It's just like this great relationship. And soften the energy down. Just like say, you know what? I'm just like if we were to have one of those old school light switches where you turn the knob to increase and decrease the light in the room. Just turn the energy down on shopping. And then you want to move it. Like think of something that you used to be, that you used to do. You ain't this thing no more. Where do you store it on the inside of yourself? You want to take shopping and put it in that same place. Let's say it's over here on this side of you. When you think about something, you're like, this is the old me. There's no energy there. I'm never going back to this version of myself, this experience, whatever it is. But when you remember it, it's over here. Take shopping and move it there, keeping the energy low, and just put it there. Lock it in and just say, that's where shopping is. I don't do that anymore. I don't do it for fun. And if I feel nervous, which that might be why you're shopping, I'm just making something up. You know why you shop. Because apparently you're doing it too much. And I'm assuming it's a coping mechanism based on what you're saying. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I would start beginning to say, instead of shopping, now you got to bring up the brightness for this new thing. I love to go for a walk instead. Seems like you have Geminian energy, if I remember correctly. I'll go for a walk. Or just make an agreement with yourself. Before I shop, I got to go take like a 15-minute walk, period. I'm going to start using that one. I'm using that one, y'all. Before I snack and I'm not hungry, I will go take a walk while it's still warm outside. Because once it gets cold, I got to come up with another one. That's my new phrase. I said what I said. I loved it when I heard that phrase, Aquarian tea. I eat fried okra to replace the chicken. That's good. Okay, fried okra. I ain't had fried okra in a long time. So yeah, this coping strategy. So yes, walk it off. It is literally, I am so happy that we're talking about this because this is something that I desire deeply to impress upon everybody. That is, we truly can reprogram ourselves. It feels sort of like we can't, but we can. And sometimes it may take a little while longer. We might have to do it in stages and steps. But when we begin to say, you know what, I know for a fact I can reprogram this. And I can learn new coping mechanisms, because at the end of the day, emotions aren't going to go away. We just have to learn how to manage them. And once we understand that, then it's like, okay, I don't need to, go shopping. I don't need to eat when I'm not hungry or whatever it is. Some people veg out on TV. None of this stuff is bad. It's just, we know it's either keeping us stuck. It's a way for us just to manage ourselves and not move, or to avoid problems. We know that's what this is all doing for us. It's just helping us to avoid problems. Um, we can begin to say, you know what, this is just not how I'm going to do it anymore. Moving in a new direction of how I live, how I operate. So we can make these changes. A lot of it does have to do with an identity shift, though. You can begin to say, you know what, I'm a saver. I'm glad I'm saying all this, y'all. Like, sometimes when I come on and talk, I'm like, ooh, I needed this. I'm a saver, not a spender. Okay. For those of us that spend too much money, hand in the air, well, that would be me. Some of y'all who don't spend enough money, y'all just really shortchanging yourself. You'll never buy yourself something new. It's got to be like 2-3 years before you're going to do something good for yourself. You need to start saying, you know what? Spending money on myself is the best investment I can make in my life. I actually used to be that way too. Never spending money on me in a way where it's enhancing my life. My feet looking bad, my skin looking bad, my back is hurting, I'm broke down, all that. So some of us need to spend some more money, but we have to assume that identity. Like, I take care of myself. Like, I'm a woman who takes care of herself. That's who I am. You have to take on that identity. Okay. So we can use this moon to begin to shift our identity. We can make progress. We can take on a new identity that gets us more, and it gets us more success in the areas that we want success in. I will say this is a moon, though, that is requiring us to work hard. It's 2021 is the year where it's like, yeah, you're going to get what you want. And when it comes to you, some folks will think it came to you easily and effortlessly, but you'll know you worked your butt off for that thing. You will know you worked your butt off for that thing. So that's in this moon also, because of the Saturn is in this full moon, and Venus is in Virgo. That's another thing with this full moon. And at the new moon, Mars is going to be in Virgo. I'm telling you, this is important for us to realize. It's like, you will get what you want, but you got to work for it. You got to put some effort into it. I know people are like, oh, manifest, dream, see it, feel it, imagine it, become a magnet for it. And the universe says, and then take some action. When I show you the next step to take, I can't manifest it without you. You're going to have to manifest it, because you're in the physical body. This is what the universe is saying to us, right? So this is a moon where we do need to put forth some effort, and or recognize that effort is important. The Venus is opposition Jupiter too. I thought that was interesting with this full moon. I'm interested to see, are we going to overindulge? Some of us may be recognizing just how out of balance we are in terms of work-life balance. That's something I actually have been having a problem with. But I've been having a problem with it for years. I never feel like I can just tone it down. And what ends up happening is I go, 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 go. And then it's like I'm a slug and can't get anything done. It's like, all I can do is just rest. So some of us may be recognizing that also. And some of it is related to overindulgence. Also, we have these two benefic planets opposition each other. And so it just may be, just overindulgence in some kind of way. Oh, the other thing that I noticed about this full moon is with this Uranus in Taurus and the North Node in Gemini. I hope that we all begin to get more clarity on what it is that we're here to actually manifest, this new direction that we're going in. And what did I write down for Uranus? Uh, Hopefully, we'll all see an up level of some sort. And the other thing I think I was relating to Chiron, you can't see it on here, is the importance of self-care. Yeah, I don't remember what that was related to. I can't full on remember what that was. Maybe because Uranus is in Taurus or something like that. I can't remember. I wrote some notes down, but I have since forgotten what I meant by that. But there is this energy of Chiron in this full moon, and Chiron is always about healing. So it could be that's something that we're focused on also. How are we progressing in our healing? How are we progressing on this new thing that we are moving in the direction of? I do want to share with you all a few themes. Too much of anything is not a good thing. Dance it off is a good one, Lanika. Yes. Now I spend money investing in me. Before it was everyone but me, until I saw that I was the raggedy one and I made all the money. Yes, that is so important. We need to spend that money on ourselves, y'all. It cannot be overstated. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what is Aquarius about. This is from my the February wisdom that I shared in my inner circle. And I give an overview of what the sign means. So the sun, of course, is not in Aquarius, it's in Leo. But let's just look at the keywords for Aquarius, because this full moon could be bringing up one of these themes for you. Okay. So we have Aquarius, which is about freedom. So maybe this moon is helping you to move into a deeper level of freedom. And it's also a moon that has to do with rebellion. So it'll be interesting to see in the news what kinds of rebellions pop off, or is there going to be an escalation? Because we know what's been happening down in Cuba. We know what's going on in Haiti. There's other places that, everyone knows about. I haven't been keeping up with the news too much just because it just frustrates me and disturbs me sometimes. But we know that there's a lot of rebellion that's been going on. And so we may see some of that highlighted. Maybe we'll see there's some progress being made. I hope that's what we see from these countries where there's just so much unrest, including where I live, the United States. Aquarius is about being unique, and it's a weirdo type of unique, though. It's just like out there. That's one of the words that we use. It's so-and-so is just out there. It's also about the collective. We talked about that. And maybe you want to understand, are you a part of the right collective? And, is your collective supporting you in making progress in your life? It's about science, intellectual pursuits. And so maybe this is something that's coming up for you during this time. I was trying to see, is there anything sciencey, intellectual that's coming up for me? Also, equity, equality, activism, humanitarianism. These are all words that are keywords for Aquarius. And I often think when it comes to Aquarius, it's wonderful to look at how are things going for the activists out there. I know that I have a lot of activists. You know what? One of my favorite activists posted yesterday that she is getting a fellowship for her work as an activist. That would be an example of the science, intellectual pursuits meets the activism. So, and she's an Aries. So yeah, I can see that for her. Humanitarianism, progress. Maybe we'll see, some humanitarian relief go to our sisters and brothers in Cuba. Aquarius is also about technology and broadcasting. It is a system without a center. And so, let's see what, hopefully and prayerfully, we will stay on the internet. But maybe there's some progress that we'll see, something pop off where more people have access to the internet. It's possible, things, folks just haven't made it possible. Maybe some of y'all are like, oh, I just launched my YouTube channel today, or I just, started going live on Facebook or something like that. We talked about it being detached. Now, the body parts that Aquarius has to do with: the skin, the nervous system, the ankles, and the back. So some of us may be focused, like, for instance, Virgos and Aquariuses. Y'all may be like, yeah, that's something that's coming up with this full moon. I've got to work on this skin thing, or, your nervous system is being highlighted, back, ankles. I know ankles sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, it's a real thing for Aquarius, or people who have planets in Aquarius. Yeah. So that's what I will say about, oh my God, I never shared it, did I? Sorry. I just want to give y'all a glance. I'm sitting here reading it and talking, and y'all can't even see it. Lord. Okay, let's see here. Aquarius. Hi, TP. Welcome. Glad you found me. That used to be my initials, TP. My maiden name is Powell, so I was Tyra Powell. Let's see here. Spirit has led me to learning about bloodline. Beautiful. Science about the body. That is one of the best ones that you can look into, Aquarian T, because I don't think people understand how much wisdom is imbued in our bodies, how much, if we don't work with this body, it keeps us stuck in our stumble, literally. It's like the body can be our greatest distractor, but it also can be a source of liberation for us also. I love herbs, so I'm finding about indigenous or ancient herbs. Ooh, I love that. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. So yeah, I apologize. I did not realize I have to train myself to make sure I switch and make sure y'all can see what I see. So yes, this is what Aquarius stands for. And this still does apply. Aquarius is such an important sign. It gives you an opportunity to do research, test, and decide the best path forward. There's also a focus on progress. It indicates a social time, connecting with big groups, your vibe, tribe, progress. It's a good time for downloads. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I read on. It's a good time for downloads. I honestly think all of us are going to get downloads during this full moon. I always get downloads. It could just be a regular moon in Aquarius, but we can expect downloads. And the full moon actually is not until about 10:30, I should say. The moon moves into Aquarius around 8:30, but the full moon is not until about 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. So it'll be on the 24th for everyone on the other side of the world. So once we get into Aquarius, open yourself to receiving some downloads. That's really what I wanted to tell you. So yeah, and here Aquarius, the symbol for Aquarius is the owl, and we know the owl has to do with wisdom. And the water bearer, it has to do with, gaining wisdom, and it's also including the spirituality. But Aquarius is an air sign. Okay, it's a social sign. It is a highly evolved social sign. Honestly, Aquariuses and Pisces, those are not easy signs to be born under. So yes, my bracelet keeps getting caught on my shirt. So another reason this moon is so important is Aquarius is a very active sign. It's been that way since December, when there was the grand meeting of Saturn and Jupiter. And see, Jupiter's coming back to Aquarius in next week, I think it is. Oh, I can just look at my little thing. Jupiter moves back into Aquarius on the 28th. And so it's actually going to start taking us back to some things that we had going on at the end of December up until May. Okay. So this full moon in Aquarius, I cannot overstate. This is an important full moon. And I've talked about, some things that we can be considering. And the next step after this is to begin to clear and release and let go and open the way for Leo to take effect at that new moon in Leo. I have a Leo masterclass. I'm going to update it. If anybody has bought it previously, you're going to get the update. Everybody in the inner circle, you get every course that I make. So just make sure you go into the inner circle to get this. I'll send it out to you all. But the reason I'm bringing this up is this is such an important time of the year. Leo is the astrological, spiritual new year. It is a time when the grand energies that help to rule the world and, guide our consciousness, they're meeting, they are setting an agenda for what is to come until the next Leo season. I encourage all of us to send good energy into the world. I'm going to make a video where I talk about an experience that I had happen while I was at home that made me say, I've got to apply every spiritual law I can right now. Because the human side of me just wants to go pure D off. But I'm saying all this to say that if we curse where we live, if we curse our life, if we curse people in the world, if we don't have compassion, if we are, just kind of going with the way this world is, which is roughing everybody up right now, we're going to get more of that. I encourage us all to use this time to send good intentions into the new year. And I encourage us to use that new moon in Leo to activate ourselves and, really move ourselves in the direction. In my opinion, every new moon counts right now. This is like, in order for us to get to where we want to go, we must set intentions at every new moon. We must take every full moon to see, where am I? What kind of progress do I need to make? Use the time between the full moon and the new moon to clear anything that's preventing us from making progress. New moon, set new moon intentions. From the new moon to the full moon, we're taking action. Okay, we're taking action. So that is the next thing. We want to make sure that we are preparing ourselves for this Leo new moon. What do you want to achieve in your life? Go on ahead and get ready to do that. Make that and set these intentions at this Leo new moon. Leo's gonna make it happen for you, y'all. I know Leos get a bad reputation at times. Leo's gonna make it happen for you, okay? So thank y'all so much for being here. I'm going to get off now. I've enjoyed being here. I'm glad to be back. Yeah. And again, the inner circle doors, the inner circle is not closing. The inner circle will remain open. I'm just not going to have it as an open membership anymore. Doors close. You have until July 31st. I'm closing them midnight or 11:59, July 31st. But also I am opening up one-to-one spiritual guidance coaching spots. And if you're interested in that, let me know and I will get the information to you. I would love, love, love to work with you, do a deep dive and actually help you fast track where you are in your life. If you're like me, you have the best intentions and then it's just like something happens, whoop, we do our little Pisces squirrel thing, whatever you want to call it. And next thing we know, we're not moving in the direction. As a matter of fact, we might be moving backwards. So that's what spiritual guidance, spiritual coaching is great for. It helps you to keep moving forward instead of retreating. Y'all know I'm very loving. And so you'll feel very loved on. I think a lot of people are needing somebody to love on them. That's what I needed when I started going into coaching programs. I just needed somebody to care about me. And so that's part of what I'll do. I'm not, what was his name? I'm not Major Pain. Okay. I'm intense, but I'm not Major Pain. I don't like beating people on the stuff. It's like, I'm going to love you into whatever it is you want to do. So, yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, you will see me soon. I love you all. Happy full moon in Aquarius. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. Keep me posted on how this full moon goes for you all. All right, y'all take care. Love y'all. Peace.